Welcome to Jazz Time. JazzTime.com is an online store that buys, sells, trades authentic luxury watches. We make these videos so our customers can easily choose the best watch for themselves in the comfort of their own home. If you like this watch and would like to purchase it at the lowest price anywhere online, click on the link in the description below to buy it at JazzTime.com. Today, I'm going to be reviewing the Cartier Santos de Cartier watch, reference WSSA0039, large in ADLC, basically black. I will tell you a little bit about the history of the Santos, then tell you about where this watch stands in the lineup of other similar Santoses, then tell you about the case, bezel, dial, bracelet movement, finally try it on and give you my thoughts. So let's start with the history. Now, it might surprise you, but Cartier has a very, very long history. You might think that Cartier has or Rolex might have a longer history, but actually Cartier has a longer history. Rolex came out in 1905, and Cartier came out with the Santos in 1904. So they were around even before that. I bring that up because Cartier and Rolex are probably the two biggest names in watches, and so as such, they are big competitors of one another. Now, the Santos came about when Louis Cartier, the founder of Cartier, started working together with a Brazilian aviator named Alberto Santos Dumont. They wanted to make a watch that they could easily read while he was flying, and what they came up with was the Santos that you see in front of you. Not this exact one, a variation of it, but it maintained the same basic look with the exposed screws at the bezel, the square look, and more or less the same way that it looked. So, and it's gone on to have tons and tons of variations since its inception over 100 years ago, and the latest iteration of that is what you see in front of you, which is a DLC or PVD blacked, factory blacked out Santos. Okay, that's a little bit about the history. Now let's talk about where does this watch stand in the lineup of other similar Santoses. Well, the Santos is, as you can imagine, one of their best sellers. It's one of their longest lasting lines. It's immediately recognizable. Now, Cartier has a lot of really famous lines or collections of watches. They have the Santos, they have the Tank, they have the Panther, the Ballon Bleu, or I guess they call it Ballon de Cartier now, the Baganor, dang, the list kind of goes on. They have the Pasha. Anyways, they have a lot of great looking, amazing watches. Okay, so where this one stands in it is one of their greats, and they have many variations of the Santos. They make it in steel in gold. They make it in all gold, all rose gold, yellow gold. They even make it in this PVD. Okay, and in my opinion, this is quite a special one because first of all, not a lot of brands do watches in PVD. I can think of AP did a few. So actually, sometimes they do it. They do one right now. Patek does not. Rolex does not. Richard Mille does. And so of course, there are some companies that do it, but Cartier is a very traditional company. It's been around for a very long time. Yet it still plays around with these sort of exotic materials, taking steel and then PVD or DLCing it, which is a process that allows the color to be baked into the metal so that they call it DLC, diamond-like coating. And we actually can do it to a steel watch. So for example, if you have a steel watch and you want us to DLC it or PVD it, we take it in, remove the movement, and we put it through a baking process, and it bakes in this color to the steel so that it stays on for basically the lifetime of this of the watch. Okay, anyways, where this watch stands in the lineup is it's very unique in the Santos line. They make the very basic ones, which is just steel, and they make super duper ones in gold, rose gold, you name it. And so this one is basically steel, but with a treated steel. So it's at the very beginning of the lineup, at least in terms of price. It's under $10,000. The retail price is around $8,000. We're selling it at jazztime.com for much less than that. So if you want to get this watch at a discount under retail, just click on the link in the description below. Okay, anyways, now let's move on to the watch itself. Now the Santos, as you can imagine, has many different sizes because it's a very popular watch of theirs. For men, this is the large size. They make, which is they don't make anything larger than this unless you add some complications like such as chronographs and such and whatever. But a large size is going to fit almost every guy. I would suggest it for those who have a wrist size of 7 inches or larger. Okay, so it's a very nice size. And what I can say about it is, well, first let's take a look at the dimensions. The case width going left to right, since it's a square, it's going to be the same left to right as it is up to bottom. It's about 40 millimeters, which is a standard size. The thickness is 9 millimeters if you turn it on its side, which is quite nice. And what you'll notice is that when you turn it on its side, it has a very nice profile, and the bracelet allows the watch to wrap around the wrist very nicely. So it doesn't flare out, and it just sits very comfortably. You'll see it when I try it on my wrist in a little bit. Okay, so that's the case. And what you can also notice about the case, of course, is that I just told you the whole case is PVD'd. Actually, they call it DLC. They call it ADLC to be precise. I don't know what the A stands for, but DLC is diamond-like coating. It's basically all the same process. They bake it in, they take the steel, then they bake it, and then boom, this black color stays on it, and that's what you see here. And a lot of people, I think people were actually even DLCing their Cartiers before Cartier did it, and then Cartier decided, you know what, we're just going to DLC it ourselves, and this is the product you see in front of you, which I think it looks really cool. I like it in this. It gives the watch a very casual, cool look to it. Okay, that's the case. Let's talk a little bit about this bezel. Now, what I like about this bezel is that, you know, in some ways it reminds me of the Royal Oak. And I wonder if the Royal Oak took some inspiration from this, from the Santos. And I have to say that AP took inspiration from Cartier, because the AP Royal Oak didn't come out until 1972. The Santos came out in 1905. So that's a lot earlier. That's 70 years almost earlier than, you know, the AP came out. And why I say it resembles it, well, because it has a bezel that it's stuck, the bezel stuck on top of the case. It has exposed screws, and yes, the shape is different. Of course, the AP is octagonal and the Santos is square, but the idea is still the same. So in some ways, it reminds me of that. And it has both these beveled edges. So you see the top of the watch case is all satin finish, and on the side of it has beveled edges, and that extends down the integrated bracelet. Now, what I mean integrated bracelet is the case has the exposed screws, and the bracelet that is attached to it, it is integrated such that the bracelet mimics the case in that it has these exposed screws. So it integrates them. Usually you just have, on most watches, you just have a bracelet that is seemingly, you know, comes out of nowhere and it just attaches to the watch. It has nothing to do with the watch. That's most watches. But when you integrate it, you put these same exposed screws throughout the bracelet. It really looks like someone thought it through and tried to make the bracelet and the head appear as if it was designed by one person, which probably it was. Okay, anyways, that's just my take on the case work. Okay, I think they did a really nice job on it, and obviously they have made a very beautiful design because it's stood the test of time over 120 years, which is quite some time. I'm not sure if there's any other watch that has a 120-year history behind it. Okay, anyways, that's the case and the bezel. Let's talk about the dial. Dial has some few things that are kind of cool. It's black. They don't make there's no other variation for the PVD. It's not like you can get PVD with a green dial. It's just PVD with its black dial. Boom. But it's a very nice combination if you ask me. I like the sword hands. Sword meaning it looks like a sword, uh, and it has luminescent on all the on the hand, so that you could read this watch easily at night. That's kind of a positive thing about it. Okay, as with all Santoses and many Cartiers, I believe they do something kind of nice with the crown, by the way, is they put this black faceted synthetic spindle. So sometimes they put a blue Cabochon on the Pashas and some others, and they're one of the first few watch companies that put so much work into the crown. A lot of companies just put their logo on the crown and just leave it. But Cartier has always been doing some kind of synthetic stone, on the crown, which I think is really nice touch. It polishes it off and makes it look like they've checked every aspect of the watch, including the crown, which you should be, since it's one of the touch points, right? It's one of the points that you touch when you change the time. So kind of is important. Okay, anyways, let's move on to the bracelet. Here's where it's kind of where I think this watch really stands out. Now, normally the Santos comes with an integrated bracelet. The key word here is bracelet, metal bracelet. Bracelet refers to a strap that is made of metal, hence it's called the bracelet. Now, looking at this at first glance, with this integrated bracelet, you would look at it and say, oh, it's a metal bracelet. But Cartier has very wisely figured out that, you know what, maybe making the bracelet in PVD would not be so good, because if PVD scratches, underneath is actually steel. So you can see it and it becomes quite unsightly and you cannot polish it. So what is a solution to that? Just practically speaking, they can actually make this thing out of rubber so that it looks like the integrated bracelet. It feels like rubber because it's soft like rubber, and it won't scratch like the steel, but it will still look like an integrated bracelet. At first it fooled me. So I'm pretty sure a lot of people looking at this at home didn't realize that, which is why you're watching this video. And if you're thinking about buying this watch, please go to jazztime.com or click on the link in the description below. Now, another smart thing that Cartier did is, and I think they are the first of the major brands to do this, they started doing it, I want to say back in even 2000. I thought AP was awesome when they figured out how to do it, but they're late to the game. At least they've done it. Rolex hasn't done it, Richard Mille hasn't done it, Patek kind of does it with their quick exchange straps, kind of. Okay, but as you can see on the back, you can remove this strap really easy by just simply pushing on it, and it will remove the strap. It's a quick interchange system, really nice system if you ask me. Okay, and you just simply press it and it pops straight out. Okay, that is the system, and allows you to change the bracelet between the integrated bracelet, or this rubber bracelet that looks like an integrated bracelet, and the leather strap. So if you want to spice it up and change it, maybe make it look a little bit more dressy, you can add this leather strap to it, which comes with it, by the way. So that's also nice. And the buckle, of course, is just a deployant buckle. Okay, now let's move on to the movement. The movement here is a caliber 1847 MC. You can't really see it anyways, so it powers the watch. It's automatic. Not a whole lot to say. It tells time and date, and what else is there to say? Okay, now it's time for me to try this watch on my wrist. Now, I'm 6 foot tall, 200 pounds. I have a 7.5 inch wrist. I could suggest this watch for those who have a 7 inch wrist or larger, and say that, look, if you want a very cool hip watch, PVD from the factory, not a lot of companies that do that. I think Tudor does it. Cartier obviously does it right here. I think IWC does it, but some of the big brands such as Patek or Rolex don't even do that, and AP does it, but the watches in that range are like 50,000 or more. So you get a very cool watch from a top name in a PVD that looks really hip, and all that for not a whole lot of money, under $10,000. I'm a real fan of the Santos. I think it's an iconic looking watch. And look, if you like to buy this watch, please click on the link in the description below to buy it at jazztime.com.
If you want to find out more about the watch you just saw in the video, you can just click below on Show More to see the full description. Then you can check the link next to model as seen in video, click on it, and you will get to the proper page where you can see all the details. If you're watching on a mobile phone, you have to click on the arrow down on the right hand side below the video to see the full description. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you would like to share this video with your friends, you can use the share button below and share it on any platform you like. If you have questions, constructive feedback, want to tell us about some mistakes or misspeaks, just write a comment below. If you want to see more videos like this, you should subscribe to our channel and visit our channel page where you can find all the videos. And if you're interested in a specific watch brand, you can check out our playlists. If you want to check the price for a watch or want to buy one, remember at jazztime.com you always get a steep discount, so you should check the prices with us. If you want to know the price for a specific watch, just go to Google, type in JazzTime, plus the brand, model and the details you're interested in, and Google will find the right page for you. Thank you for watching.